Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to give you tips today on how to take care of your oral health and how it will improve your overall health coming up. Hi, this is Ernesto from Attaboy Cowboy, and on this channel we give you tips on how to live a wealthier, healthier life. Now today I'm going to give you some tips on how to improve your overall health by improving your oral hygiene. Now I get a lot of patients that come in and they ask me, hey doc, what can I do for this? What can I do for that? What kind of medicine? What kind of treatment? What kind of machine can I buy? Yada yada, all this stuff. And people are just talking about how much money they could spend. What can I buy? What can I... And you know what? A lot of this stuff is really simple. You could just do it at home. It just takes some simple lifestyle changes. So I wanted to share with you my tips for how to maintain your overall health by improving your oral care. The first thing I want you to know, and keep this in mind, that fluoride is not your friend. Fluoride is very toxic. So whenever possible, avoid fluoride products. Mouthwashes, toothpaste, whatever. We need fluoride in very small doses in our body, that's correct, but you can get it through plants and vegetables, stuff like that that you eat. You don't need to dose your brain with it every time you brush your teeth. The reason why we started putting fluoride in our oral care products and in our water and all this stuff is, so during World War II, the government was basically trying to figure out how to efficiently keep the population healthy in order to supply troops for the war effort and workers at home to produce all the materials for the war. So they came up with a number of awesome strategies. A lot of them are still in place today. For example, your cereals, your rice, stuff like that, they say enriched. They started adding B vitamins to food because that was one of the common things that pregnant women were deficient, and that causes a lot of birth defects. So for pennies, they saved millions by preventing lots of birth defects, and that way you have more healthy people to contribute to the economy and help the war effort. So after they introduced fluoride into oral hygiene products and into the water, they saw an immediate increase in life expectancy in the US. It jumped by 6 years. That's because a lot of people that had cavities, if you don't take care of them, they're just releasing poison into your body 24 hours a day. And that's basically going to do a lot of damage to your body, especially your heart muscle. So a lot of people die prematurely just because they don't have oral hygiene. It's not a big deal, it's something simple. So for my patients, I tell them, I look at their teeth and I see if they have, if their gums are clear and their teeth are clean and they have good breath and all that kind of stuff. There's some real simple strategies you can do to make the products used a lot less toxic for you. Okay, strategy number 1, don't use toothpaste with fluoride. It's toxic. So you can buy fluoride-free toothpaste anywhere. It doesn't matter the brand. You can just buy the least economical. If you don't mind not using toothpaste, soap is actually better. If you look at the ingredients in toothpaste, it's made out of glycerin, which is soap. So I just get my toothpaste and I just rub it against the bar of soap, and that's what I use to brush my teeth every night. And that doesn't have any chemicals. It doesn't have, make sure you buy good soap, like natural soap, especially if you're gonna put it in your mouth, because the cells in your mouth, they're called simple squamous epithelial cells. They're really soft and they allow for a lot of absorption. You need that so you can help digest your food. You can start absorbing nutrients to your mouth. So you want to make sure you're not putting things in your mouth that are toxic, because they get absorbed, and look how close it is to your brain. So it's going to transmit. In fact, when you use a lot of products with fluoride, it gets stored in the frontal lobe of your brain, and it causes something called fluoridosis. And the frontal lobe, when you damage it, it causes you to become passive and kind of like a robot. If you've ever heard of something called a frontal lobotomy, in the old days they used to stick like a hook in through psych patients' noses, and they used to basically scoop it into the brain and scramble it up in there to do a bunch of damage. And it would damage their frontal lobe, and it makes you really passive. So some conspiracy people say that they put fluoride in their water to make the population more passive. It may be or may not, but nonetheless it's bad for your health, so avoid it. Don't get fluoride in your toothpaste. Now step number 2, use natural mouthwash. I make a mouthwash. I have it in a recycled jar here. This is a kimchi jar. I just get water, and you can see the stuff at the bottom there. It's just baking soda. I'll add like 2 tablespoons. I'll mix in the baking soda and then I'll add a couple swigs of vinegar. Raw vinegar with mother. It's an antiseptic. So this will help kill all the bacteria in your mouth. The bad bacteria that you won't want, but it won't cause any damage. If you want fresh breath, which everybody wants, buy some natural peppermint oil or some spearmint oil. Drop a few drops in there and mix it up. You're gonna smell like awesome. Everybody's gonna want to kiss you. Now for whitening and for cleaning, you can use baking soda. Baking soda is awesome. I put it in mouthwash, and if I want to whiten my teeth a little bit, I'll put a little bit on my toothpaste or on my soap, on my toothbrush, and I'll brush my teeth with it. You can also use charcoal. Charcoal's good for whitening and for brushing your teeth. You can add this to your toothpaste, to your soap, and just use it to brush your teeth. It's not very abrasive, so it'll just kind of scrape off the junk that you don't want, that's yellow and makes your teeth look unhealthy. You don't want that stuff. It's going to build up and it's going to cause problems over time. The third step is to floss. Just use any floss every day. It doesn't matter the brand. Again, a lot of this stuff is buy the least expensive. Brands don't matter. It's just the quality of the products you use. You don't want to be absorbing chemicals in your body. So avoid things that are too complicated. If you look at the ingredients and there's like all this different chemicals, and no, just avoid all that. That's all going to get absorbed into your body. It's going to get stored up in your liver and your brain. It's going to cause brain damage. Avoid all that. So just keep it simple. Basically, no fluoride. Brush with fluoride-free toothpaste or soap. Mouthwash, just use water with vinegar and baking soda. You can add some oils to it to give you good flavor. And I would suggest to splurge a little bit and buy an electric toothbrush, because a lot of people have a tendency to scrape really hard when they brush your teeth, and that can also do a lot of damage to your teeth. It damages your enamel. Especially as you start getting older, you're going to start having to get fillings on there, so you don't want that. These are great. I have that problem, so when I push too hard, it basically shuts off. So it kind of gives me a reminder to kind of back off and not put too much pressure on it. So I recommend electronic toothbrushes. Now, if you have any questions about any of the products I went over today, please make a comment and I'll answer your questions below. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel.